Murray State women's head coach Rechelle Turner joins us here at OVC Media Day, presented by CenterPoint Energy. She's live in Murray, Kentucky, and I'm at the world headquarters of OVC. Hey, Coach, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
How was that media gauntlet earlier? I could kind of overhear it in the other room. Everything okay? They didn't beat you up too bad, did they?
Not too bad. You know, it's always great to talk about a new year and talk about your team and give credit where credit is due.
New year, new opportunities, lots of changes. So let's just start from the top. Kind of take us through after you left Evansville last season, coming back, probably about to hit the recruiting trail, and then everything kind of broke.
Yeah, you know, obviously the way the season ended was disappointing. We had tons of key injuries and just didn't have the personnel to replace those injuries at the time. So, you know, a few surgeries here and there and some recovery time to get those kids back. And then my staff just did an outstanding job with this 2020 class. It's one we've been excited about for a while. The mix of returners and newcomers is exciting. We feel like we have depth in every position. So we've just been focused on that. Can't do anything about the past. You just got to move forward.
And an international flavor of sorts to your roster as well. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, Amanda's from Canada, and we're really excited about her. She can score the ball in bunches and do a lot of good things, bring some athleticism to our team. Unfortunately, due to COVID, Lucia is not able to join us till after Christmas. We're still waiting on the ruling about mid-year transfers, things like that. But we were going to be really big and have a lot of size if she was able to join us. But, you know, she's already a part of the team. We involve her in everything that we do. And I know she's really excited, looking forward to be here.
So you've got a couple of players we certainly need to keep an eye on and have been for some time now. But Macy Turley, Alexis Burpo. Let's go first of all with the Murray High graduate.
Well, both of them are Murray High graduates.
That's right. I forgot that.
That's okay. But we'll start with Macy, obviously, freshman of the year. First year here, first team all conference last year. You know, she was one of the ones that dealt with the injuries last year. She had the MCL tear that ended her season, but a lot of people don't realize she played in a lot of pain throughout the season due to her other knee. But we were able to get those things taken care of. And, you know, she's right there ready to go. She's a competitor. Wouldn't rather have anyone else running our basketball team. Alexis is finally going to get to play the position Alexis was born for. She's not a point guard, which she had to play last year towards the end especially. But putting her in a position that she thrives in has helped our offensive production tremendously in practice, and expect her to do big things for us.
And as if a lot of folks didn't know it, and we always have folks come in and out, you're also the former coach at Murray High. So talk about that transition from Murray High to Murray State.
Well, I've blessed coach just outstanding players at Murray High School. I was there for 21 years. And the reason I'm in the position I'm in today wasn't anything that I did. It was because we had an influx of talent throughout the years. I have 4 players playing in the OVC Division I basketball right now that I coached at the end of my career there. Maddie Waldrop at A.C. Martin, an outstanding player and young lady, was one of mine. And also, in addition to Macy and Alexis, we also have Lex Mays on our roster. So it just goes to show you that great players make great coaches. And I definitely had a plethora of them at Murray High.
So one of the fun things we always do at Media Day is we always kind of get to know you and maybe even pick on you a little bit. But your Music Mondays section from September at the website where you published your playlist, wow. And I mentioned that because we're going to have some fun with it. Everything from, let's say, MC Hammer to Casting Crowns, right? And a lot of things in between. Talk a little bit about that. I kind of want to direct folks to your women's basketball athletic website because it's a fantastic playlist. Is that what you take on the road with you?
Well, you know, MC Hammer tells my age because
mine too.
One reason MC Hammer was important to me is that's what I would listen to before my high school games. That's what would pump me up, you know, on our 8 tracks and, you know, portable we were carrying, you know, our CD players and cassette players around at the time. But so that, you know, those songs like that. But, you know, as you go into Casting Crowns, you know, faith is everything to me. And it is what has allowed me to continue in this career for so long. And, you know, so being able to go out, when I do get to go out and walk, something I try to do every day, I'm usually listening to Casting Crowns, you know, just uplifting, inspirational music, just to remind me that no matter what life throws at us, that there is a plan. And so that's really important to me and my family, and it's something that's important to our basketball team. So I just wanted to share, you know, the things that help me get through the day with others. And if it helps anybody, that's great. But if you want to go old school, you can listen to it a little bit.
Well, we got a little Eye of the Tiger in there as well, so that backs us into the 80s as well.
Yeah, let's move on from the age now.
Yeah, they were great times.
Definitely Eye of the Tiger. You know, going at my house, you know, different songs that I remember standing on the sidelines before big games, listening to, trying to get focused in. So it definitely is from one extreme to the other, but that's kind of my music taste.
Yeah, I talked to a lot of coaches throughout this media days, and you have relatively young children, school-age children. What's this pandemic been like at the Turner household?
Well, I have a just turned 16-year-old, so life has really changed for us. Getting in the passenger seat as he drives down the road with his permit is a whole new level of apprehension. I have an 11-year-old son, both boys. My oldest is a baseball player. My youngest is into Pokemon and those type of things. So couldn't be any different, but they're the greatest blessings of my life. And they started in school, and now right now we're back on NTI. So the back and forth, I think, has been difficult. My son lost his entire freshman baseball season, which was tough. My husband's the baseball coach, so I had a double whammy at home with that. But they're doing really well. Both outstanding students, both great kids, very blessed. But I tell you, I think we don't realize the mental toll that this is taking on our own children, or even the players that we coach, because it's very difficult for us adults to deal with it on a daily basis. And I can only imagine what they're going through. So hopefully we can get them back in school as quick as possible.
And I have to admit, that's probably the best point that's been made throughout this media day. Is it's so situational, one family to another, as we work through that. All righty, classic question we've been asking everybody. Time to move on with back to the season. What must the Murray State Racers do to get back to Evansville and to climb up into the top?
We've got to be able to win close games. We've got to be able to put ourselves in a position to be in the game, and then we've got to be able to make plays when it matters. I think rebounding is going to be huge for this team this year, but ultimately being able to score the basketball. I mean, I've always been a defensive coach, and I love defense. But when I came to Murray State and started coaching at this level, I realized you got to score points. So that's a big emphasis that we've had this year, is being able to put the ball in the basket, you know, get multiple shot attempts off each game, get to the foul line. If this team can score the basketball at a high rate, I think we'll have an opportunity to really move up from where we're starting at 8th.
I want to talk about the schedule as we wrap up. A really compacted pre-conference schedule for you. December is jam-packed, and then you get right into conference play right before Christmas.
It is. I mean, obviously, when you get to play a team the caliber of UK, I think they're 10th in the country this year. Ryan Howard's one of the best players in the nation. So we understand off the bat, with no scrimmages, no exhibition, that we're kind of putting them to the fire. But we kind of like to do that to see how they're going to respond. We're going to worry more about ourselves that game. And I feel like our other non-conference games put us in a position to play different style of teams that will help us to prepare for the different style of teams we're going to see early in our OVC schedule. But there's nothing easy about it. And the OVC from top to bottom is as loaded as I can remember, definitely since I've been here. But I've been watching OVC basketball and even played a little OVC basketball back in the day. So it's going to be an exciting year. We've got great coaches, great players, and you better be ready each and every night, because they're going to beat you, and they're going to be ready if you're not able to match their intensity.
No doubt that's the consensus throughout the coaches we've been talking to. Rechelle Turner, head coach at Murray State, thanks for your time today. All the best, and we'll see you either at the bank or somewhere along the road.
Thank you.